is blessing, and I do blessing things, blessing. And when I do them, I always smile, because blessing makes the world go round. Yes, blessing makes the world go round. Oh, and creepy doves, in this video, I talk about African American Georgia self-taught artist Nellie Mae Rowe and her artwork, and I create several pieces of art inspired by her work. And I talk about the importance of letting artists who wouldn't normally have a voice have their voice. It's a very important video to me. I love Nellie Mae Rowe's artwork and the message behind having a self-taught artist, giving them a chance, and how you don't need school in order to be an artist. And her story was so inspiring to me, and I love her artwork, that she definitely will be a true inspiration for me going forward. So if any of that interests you, I also create several paintings. If any of that interests you, then stay tuned. So it's Wednesday morning. It's like 11:30 or so. And I have been quite busy. I went to bed late, super late Monday night, because my video was exporting. Monday was Labor Day, and so I was having trouble uploading clips for my last video to my computer, and so that took a while to do. And then after that, I was like, I still have to edit a video because Monday is video editing day, and the video was long, which I wasn't intended for it to be a long video, but it turned out long anyway. And so it took forever to export, so I didn't go to bed till like 12:30 a.m. And that was so bad. And so I was like, well, I can't do this again on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I was doing lots of sketching, lots of research and sketching on like the latest trends for Etsy, and not just Etsy, but like Michael's and Joann's and things like that, in relation to my industry, which is creepy art, pastel goth art, that type of thing. And I started sketching, and I can't show you the sketches that I made yesterday because I decided I am working on a new collection. I know, I haven't released a collection in about a year because life and everything, but I decided that I'm going to work on a new collection, and so I've been doing research. In fact, this journal here, it contains all of the Bless.io brand, everything I learned in a branding workshop that I took, and it contains the latest trends and things like that for my industry. And I started a new sketchbook. This old sketchbook, it is completely full now. Completely full. So I started a new sketchbook, and I started sketching. It's going to be 10 pieces, this collection, and I can't share anything else than that because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So there's going to be a lot of me sketching in this vlog, but I can't show you what I'm sketching. I'm sorry, but you'll have to respect that because it's just the way I was taught when it comes to releasing collections. You don't, every time you show a piece in a collection, you're slowly popping a small hole in your big balloon, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. So there's that. what else have I been doing? And so because of that, I was sketching so much last night that I lost track of time and I didn't go to bed till like 11:30, and I feel really bad about that. So tonight I'm going to go to bed at 10 on time. But yeah, that's all I've been doing, and it's already Wednesday, and I can't believe that. But on the plus side, my art supplies from Blick are coming on Friday, so that'll be good. I literally spent pretty much the entire day designing this 10-piece collection. Just the draft phase. I haven't like actually made the products, I just drafted them. I have one more product to go, and I still need to work on color palettos for a few of them, but I think I'm gonna call this night because I'm really tired, and I yeah, I'm just really tired and I've worked so much. I don't want to like burn out or anything. And there's this one collection at Michael's, and the colors are very different and odd. So I use those colors cuz they're trendy colors. Excuse me. And I was just like, I did 3 or 4 different pieces using these trendy colors, and I would do 3 different color compositions for each of these pieces. And so I've painted and painted and painted, and I'm just really tired. I can't show y'all any of what I've done, but I can show you one thing I sketched. So I did the skeleton. It's the back of a skeleton because I have the front of the skeleton around here somewhere. This is the front of the skeleton. So I did the back of the skeleton because I didn't know what the skeleton looks like from behind. And I don't have like a skeleton sitting in front of me. Oh, excuse me. I would love to start collecting skeletons, but that's money. And so I did the skeleton from behind because I needed it for one of my products. So I can show you stuff like this, just not my actual products. So last night, after I put all my art supplies away, I got out this book that I checked out from the library, really free, The Radical Art of Nellie Mae Rowe, and I started reading it, and oh my gosh, it's a good book. It's a really good book. I didn't know this, but Nellie Mae Rowe is a Georgia artist. She was born in Fayette County, Georgia. That's where she grew up. And sorry, I was double checking to make sure I got it right. And I know Fayette County. That's really weird. But she was born in Fayette County, Georgia, but didn't start. She did art, but more like doodles on top of her pages and stuff. But she didn't really start making a lot of art until her late 60s. She was born July 4th, 1900. Wow. She's African American, and her art just, it really speaks to me. She's self-taught, obviously, being an African American born in 1900, you're self-taught. But from what I learned about her life, she didn't really do art that talked about issues of like slavery and things like that because in her own words it makes her unhappy to think about, and she was saying these are better days because she didn't start doing her art till like the late 60s. And she just didn't really want to depict things like that. And so I'm going to show you a couple of her paintings that I really liked. But I want to buy this book. It's on Amazon. It's like $30. I want to buy it because I want to have this in my collection because it's just so beautiful. So we have this one here. A lot of her works were untitled, and so the titles down here were given to them by the person who put this part of the book together. She drew a lot of fish. And this here, you can see that the flowers are like supple breasts because she drew a lot of fish in terms of like the abundance, grow in abundance and stuff of the Bible. I really like this one, which is called Wash Day. I can't show you like everything, but I'll show you I'll show you a few. Yeah, her art is it's kind of hard to describe. I consider it expressionistic and surrealistic, but the book describes it more as folk art. Which I can see the folk artness quality behind it, but I figured she was more expressing her life and emotions. And she just used found objects like she would draw on like you take a shoebox and you lay it flat, she would draw on that, and she used crayon, colored pencil, pen, and pencil, marker. It's crazy to me how she created with so little. This is one of my favorite pieces right here. It's called Peace. It is one of my favorites. I love it so much. It is so inspiring. These are praise hands, and she's just praising God. And I love how she writes her name in all of her pieces mostly, and she stylizes it. And she stylizes her writings, and it's just really cool. This one is about voting. That's Nellie. You'll have to read the book to understand the full meaning of this. But yeah, I decided to put that in there. Hang on just a minute. I'm trying to not show too much. This is her, that's her riding a chicken. And that is a figure of a man growing into a plant. This one is called At Night Things Come to Me. She got a lot of her ideas from dreams she was having. I like this one a lot. And this one too. This one's really pretty. She drew chairs and like interiors sometimes, and houses and things. Oh, the cats come in. Hi, Pimpin. Ignore my pile of dirty clothes. I haven't taken them to the laundry hamper yet. Hi, Pimpin. Hi, baby. Let me casually turn the page here. Here, I see, this is Blue Plant Woman, and it just has a very surrealistic quality to it, like a woman that's grown into a plant. Like, that's very surreal. So that's why I say it's very surreal, her stuff. Wait, hang on. I like this one a ton. That's Nellie looking at an African quilt because her mother was a quilter. And this is Nellie's house. This one just really speaks to me. And this is Nellie inside of her house. She painted her house haint blue. I don't know what haint is, but they kept mentioning it in the book, so now y'all get to hear it from me. She died in 1982, but shortly before she died, she had her work exhibited in New York. So she got to go to New York and see the Statue of Liberty. Hi, Pimpin. We're looking at a book. We're looking at a book. This is Nellie in her garden. No, Pimpin. You gotta move your patootie. Not on the book. Oh wait, that is 157. My bad. I like this spread a lot. These are from her sketchbooks. Towards the end of her life, she started drawing smaller pictures. And so she finally got a sketchbook, which I'm sure she was very excited about. This is her playing the organ. She played the organ and she sang a lot, and that's her playing the organ again. I just love it. Because, like, she wasn't professionally trained, and, like, her artwork, it just, that she didn't let that stop her from drawing. A lot of artists get into their heads that if it doesn't look like the quote-unquote white masters, it's not good art, but, like, her stuff is beautiful. This one was a quote from Bill Cosby called "If You Want to Be Seen, Stand Up." I know Bill Cosby is a very controversial figure nowadays, but this was back in the 80s. And she did the whole quote, and I just really like this picture. I like this one too. Hang on, look at the cat while I... This one has a pink lion. She drew all sorts of things, like animals and just everything. And she just never stopped drawing. Her art was really fun, and so was her house. There's photos of her house in this book, and it's just really pretty. This one is about the missing children in Atlanta. You'll have to read the book to get the full meaning of it. But while she didn't draw a lot about slavery and whatnot, her passion was raising awareness for the missing children in Atlanta. I like this one. It's called God is Love, and as you can see, it's her praising hand again. It's really, really powerful. And see how she signed her name within the picture? And it's in a funky way. I really like that. This is Nellie, and she's sniffing a tree, and there are trees growing out of her oven. That is just so cool. I'm sorry I'm having y'all look at the cat while I gather my thoughts here, but I don't want to get copyright stricken. I love this one. This was in 1982, towards the end of her life, and it's called "I Have Laid This World Aside. I Am Happy with the Lord." And it just really embodies Nellie Mae Rowe. And this one's really good too. Look back and wonder at how I got over. And this was done with crayon, marker, pen, colored pencil on paper. That's all I wanted to show. Oh, and on the back, really free, was like a Bible pamphlet that she had, and she kept it in her room and wrote her name on it because she's really free. I did take art in college and in high school, and we never talked about people like Nellie Mae Rowe. We never talked about like African artists or artists from Latin America or Australia or any of those. The global south is what I understand it to be called now. Nellie Mae Rowe is not from the global south. She's from Georgia, which is south in the US, but we mainly talked about the white European male artist. And I always hated that because art is universal and it can be echoed throughout the entire world. And I always hate how we always focus on the quote unquote old masters and their standards for art. That is not the only way to create. And I really feel that we need to embrace more art done in a non-traditional way, because when I was a kid, my dad, he's Nigerian, so I'm Nigerian American. He used to go to Nigeria often, and he would bring back stuff from Nigeria. And I remember he had these dolls. They were all black and they had on African like dresses, and they were so beautiful, but they weren't the traditional American doll, you know? But I loved them better than the traditional American doll. And I feel like I want my art to be like Nellie Mae Rowe. I want it to be how I see the world rather than the art standards of how you should see the world, if that makes sense. And I really want to lean more into my imagination. And so this just inspires me so much. I'm glad I read her book. I want to buy her book, but I don't have the money for it right now. But she will be definitely a continual inspiration for me. I wish I could have met her in person, but I did not exist in 1982. But I just feel that we are at a point in the world where more voices need to be heard and seen. And I just feel that now is my time to be seen. I'm bringing out the oil paint again. The colors I use are, oh, I got that on my finger. Primary magenta, primary yellow, titanium white, turquoise blue, primary cyan, ultramarine blue, and ivory black. And I use Cobra water mixable oil paint. And this white is mixed with like this turquoise for some reason. I couldn't, like, the turquoise is a very staining color and I couldn't get it out of the white. And so I'm just gonna go with it. like it. It is inspired by Nellie Mae Rowe's artwork. I really like her use of shapes and colors, and she's not afraid to use color and like even the color black. Like some of her portraits of black people are of literal black paint or marker or whatever. And so I decided to do that here. I like using the color black for black people. I'm trying to reclaim what was taken from us, because if you know of those artworks of like those racist artworks, they have black people as like coal black. And so I'm trying to take that back and reclaim it by creating beautiful non-racist artworks of black people. But sometimes I do use like actual skin tone colors, and I made this giant red circles around her as like a halo, because I noticed in Nellie Mae's artwork, she would often depict herself surrounded by like sort of a halo type of effect. So I did that, and I added the chevron pattern here because she was really obsessed with patterns and everything, and I made the halo part around her a quieter part so that you can focus on just her. It's supposed to be Nellie Mae Rowe, but it looks nothing like her, but that's okay. I really like it, and I love how I put fingernails, nail polish on the hands, because I never really paid that much attention to hands until I saw Nellie Mae's artwork, and she always made sure to put fingernail polish on her hands. And so I really like that. So I'm going to start doing that. And I signed my name. I didn't get creative with my signature because I got too scared. I was going to put it like maybe right here, but then I was like, no, I don't think I'd like it there. So I put it in the corner. I forgot to also mention the figure is in a green dress because Nellie Mae Rowe almost always put herself in a green dress in her self-portraits. And as this is supposed to be her, I put her in a green dress. And green is also one of my favorite colors, so green and purple. So I really, really enjoyed the green dress. So yesterday night before I went to bed, I made this sketch, also inspired by Nellie Mae Rowe, and I liked it, but it wasn't creepy enough for me because it felt like I went too far in the Nellie Mae Rowe direction. Like I want to be inspired by her pieces, but I don't want to like recreate in her style. You know what I mean? And as you can see, I incorporated my name into the piece, and I really like that. And so this morning, I just finished this sketch, the same thing, as zombie sleeping. And so I'm going to use Flash paint to paint this out, and I'm going to add colored pencil and hopefully oil pastel on top. So this is how it currently looks right now. It is 12 inches this way by 18 inches that way. I haven't really created anything large for quite some time, so this is pretty big for me, and I really like it. The reason why I don't really create large things is because I don't know how to ship them. I have shipping boxes, but the most you can fit is the 12 by 12 canvas inside of them. So I don't know how to ship stuff like this, so this is just going to be a sketch for me. I'm going to do mixed media like I said before, but yeah, I don't usually work large because I just don't know how to ship large things. I love her fingernails. She's a zombie ghoul or something. So I love her fingernails. So this is the finished painting. I really like it. I'm in love with the colors. I love how I truly embrace Nellie Mae Rowe's, her ability to flatten a composition and use perspective in a very simplistic way. She makes things smaller as they're further away from you and larger as they're coming towards you, instead of doing all of the like perspective lines and all of that stuff, which I don't like to do. So I really like that. And Daniel had said that this reminds them of The Prisoner, the show we were watching with Patrick McGoohan. And I was very honored to hear that because I think it may have influenced this in a subconscious sort of way, with the eyes always watching you, you know? And Daniel also mentioned the plant, of how the plant shows growth, but the zombie is dead and will no longer grow. I really like that acknowledgement too, because that is a dichotomy that I was doing unintentionally, but it shows that I paid attention to that. And I just love how I put my name as a part of the composition. And using colored pencil on top of flash paint was so amazing because I didn't realize how fun it was. I was worried about doing it. I hesitated to do it yesterday. But I was like, I have to at least try, and if it turns out terrible, then whatever, because it's just a sketch. But if you can look here, this just looks so pretty and so detailed. And I use Prismacolor. I have Prismacolor Scholar and Prismacolor Verithin. I prefer the Scholar to the Verithin because the Scholar, the pigment comes out a lot easier, whereas with the Verithin I feel like it's scratching the surface, and I just don't really like using it's too thin. And I understand why it was created, but I just don't like the Verithin very much. I don't have any of the Premier pencils. I just have the Scholar and the Verithin because my mumsy got them for me when I was in high school. So it was the best she could afford, because in high school, our teacher said we had to use Prismacolor. So there's that. So yesterday night, as well as this morning, I watched two videos on how to ship larger paintings. And so now I know how to do it. I'm going to link those videos in my blog article, and they were very helpful to me. And so now I am going to start on my next painting, and it's going to be a larger, about the same size as this sketch that I did, but it'll be 14 by 17 inches, so it'll be kind of square-like, even though it's more of a rectangle. And this painting will be for sale. It's going to be another zombie, but this time the zombie will be in the bathtub. So I just have I see it in my head, and I have to get it out. So I was sketching up quite a storm. I was using this what brand is this? Stedler Mars Lumograph pencil HB. Um and I was sketching up quite a storm until she came along and decided to plop herself right in front of my sketching progress. So now I have to pet the kitty. Give the kitty lots of pets. She came out of nowhere, man, and she just acted like she owns the place and just decided to plop herself down. But this is the sketch. I think it looks really nice. I know it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it in post, but I used an HB pencil this time because in the last drawing I used, it may have been this Blick Studio 4B pencil, and I didn't like how dark it was, and so I have this set of Faber-Castell pencils that I haven't used yet because I still have a lot of other graphite pencils I'm trying to use up because I don't use graphite very much. It used to be my least favorite drawing medium, and it still is, but I'm trying to use my art supplies and stuff because I don't want to get rid of it, and this was a gift. So I haven't touched these, but I am starting to embrace graphite, and I don't know where I was going with this, but oh, I remember. On the box, it shows you how light and how dark the pencils are, and because I can never remember if B or H is lighter or darker, so this helped me a lot, and thankfully I had an HB pencil here. So I just drew everything out. I have to go in with Flash-A paint now. That is going to be a geode. Why is a geode in the bathroom? Well, this painting is called Pretty Thing, named after the song by the Broods. Oh, look, she's leaving. The cat left. Now I can paint. Now I can paint. But it's called Pretty Thing, and this, I just took the title from that song. It's not about the song per se, but I like the title, so I took it, and so it's about a bunch of pretty things in a bathroom. I don't have geodes in my bathroom, but I do have seashells. And of course you have the watching eyes, which are really creepy, and the zombie, and I made sure to get her brain in there, which is really cool. I had a lot of fun drawing that. My name, that type of thing. this painting here. I've been painting for a really, really long time. So I'm taking a break from this painting because my package from Blick Art Supplies arrived. So a lot of what I got is just restocks. But let me show you what I got anyway. First off, I got this Cretacolor Mega Color pencil in the color, it's permanent red light. I'm not gonna get it out because I only have one hand. It is a color that I see Sandy Hester use, that and ultramarine blue. I have the ultramarine blue, but I didn't have permanent red light, so I got that. And what's in here? I don't remember what I ordered. I remember I ordered that pencil, but that's about it. Oh! I got some more silver paint. This is the Van Gogh brand. I know it's student grade, but I can't really afford artist grade paint right now. And it's silver, so I'm sure it'll be like a good addition because I'm almost out of the silver that I got from Beam Paints. So I needed to buy more silver. And this here, I don't think I'll be able to give it out. Here, let me put y'all down. I got this jar of ivory paint, flash paint, and it came just in time because I am almost out of white paint. I had originally bought the small tubes of flash paint as like a starter kit, and so I'm almost out of white, and I bought ivory instead of white because I don't really like stark white. I always end up mixing it with something, and so I figure ivory would be good, and this jar is really great quality. It's glass, so I got ivory flash paint, which is really good. I got this pencil sharpener. It is the official Cretacolor Mega Pencil Sharpener. So these Mega Color pencils only work in one of my pencil sharpeners, but the problem with the pencil sharpener is that it's one of those that doesn't collect the shavings, and I hate carrying it around with me because of that. So I decided to cave in and buy the Mega Color pencil sharpener. That way I can stop carrying around so many different pencil sharpeners in my to-go bag. And the last thing I got 300 sheets of this Blick Sulfite white drawing paper. Sandy Hester recommends it. And so I plan on, this is 9 by 12 in size. I plan on creating lots of artwork on this paper because I was running out of paper. And so I got 300 sheets of paper. I also will use this to make sketchbooks too because I like folding the 9 by 12s in half and creating sketchbooks out of them. So that's what I got. So this is what it looks like right now. I haven't added any colored pencil details to it yet, but oh my gosh, this painting took so much longer than the other painting, and I do not know why, because I did the same process and everything as the last painting, and this one took so much longer, probably because it's bigger, but I don't know. This painting just took forever. It took all day. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying how funny I think it is that this painting took forever. I think I'm getting better with the flacé paint, and I just love the results because I love how it gives off a pop of color. The colors really pop, but it's not glossy, it's matte. I used to love glossy acrylics, but now I don't like them as much. I really prefer a matte look. And I love how you can pretty much layer anything on top of flacé paint. And so I enjoyed putting colored pencil on the painting that's now hanging up over there. I enjoyed putting colored pencil on it because it was so flat and easy, and it just made me so happy. And I love these bubbles. Like, they took forever, but I'm glad I did them in paint because I don't think they would have been as impactful with colored pencil. But I love these bubbles. Like, holy cow. Looking at it through the viewfinder, I feel like I'm looking at it for the first time or something. Um, but yeah, I love these bubbles. I love the geode. The geode, it's a pretty thing to be in there, but also there's something very sensual and sexual about it. And I love it because you're in a bathtub, you're feeling your best life. Obviously, the zombie's happy. So you feel very sexy whenever you take a bath. I mean, I do. And so the geode also represents like that sort of sexual prowess because geodes look very vaginal. There's no other way to put it. Oh boy. But anyway, this is what it looks like right now, and I really like it. So this is the finished painting in full. It looks really nice. It took forever, but I am glad I did it. As you can see, it went through, excuse me, I went through a lot of changes, especially because I made the window more like a window and I put the sky in the background because I didn't like that like weird sky blue color I had. I think it competed too much with the bubbles and I didn't like that very much. So I made it a night scene with the moon and stars. Let me give you a close-up tour. And I took the tape off and painted where the tape was because Nellie Mae Rowe, she would often create her own frames for her work within her artwork. And so I was like, well, why don't I do that? So here it is. I love it. I really do love it. And I tried coming up with a new idea to create today, but I don't have anything. When it's okay. Today is Sunday. I didn't go to church today because I was way too tired. But I need to upload my clips to my computer so that on Monday I can edit my next video. But this is, let me just zoom in a bit further so that you can see more detail. And these are dragon fruit. Like there's one right there. And then 2, 3, 4. I put dragon fruit in there based off of that sketch I did a few weeks ago of a dragon fruit. I want to start incorporating them into my like still lifes and things because not many people put dragon fruit in their still lifes and things. So I'm like, I like dragon fruit. And the geode looks amazing. I love it. And the bubbles. I am obsessed with these bubbles. And the zombie with her 50s hairstyle. It looks really cool. I love it. I love flash paint. I love that I can put colored pencil on top of it. It's actually starting to make me use colored pencil more, which colored pencil was another one of my least favorite mediums because, I'll tell you that in just a minute. But this is how the finished piece turned out. I love it. I love it so much. So the reason why I didn't like colored pencil for the longest time was because my art teacher, whenever she would have us use colored pencil, it had to be Prismacolor, and she would have us use it in tight circles. So we were burnishing, but I would make my circles too tight to where my hands would start hurting. But because she said tight circles, I would think it has to be extremely tight. And coloring took forever. And she was like, this is how how the professionals use colored pencils. And so I was like, well, I hate colored pencils because I hate doing these tight little circles and my hand is hurting and nothing is worth as much pain. So I didn't use colored pencils for the longest time because I was just like, I hate these tight circles. I have started to break free of that, thankfully, because I started seeing how other artists use colored pencils. Um, and so I now understand that I was going too tight with my tight circles, and you can also use like odorless paint thinner or something and get a nice painterly effect with it, which I had never heard of. And there's lots of ways to use colored pencils is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna end the vlog here because I have a lot of footage and it's been an entire week of my life pretty much. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. Maybe, I hope it's not too long for you doves, but if it is too long, I apologize. I don't intend to make them long, but when I am on like a creative binge, I just create, and I want to like show you doves what I make. If you love this video, if you love my art, it will mean the world to me if you became a member of the Creepy Castle. Link is down below in the Coco Rip 2 at blesayo.art/castle, where you get an instant 20% off coupon code on any item in my store. You get sneak peeks of whatever it is I'm currently working on, and you get to contribute to future product lines. It would also mean the world to me if you like, commented, and subscribe to my YouTube channel because that helps out the YouTube algorithm and everything. I hope to see you doves again really soon. Adios!